Hey everybody! So I went to Barnes & Noble, spent a ton of money that I shouldn't have, and I got a new book that I'm so excited about, and here it is. Harry Potter Hand Lettering by Jay Roeder. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Check it out. We're gonna do a page today. Let's do it. All right, and here's where I start my voiceover, which I've never done before, so bear with me. Aha, my new setup. I got the fancy ring light, I got my book, my coffee, all the goods. Take a sip of that, put it out of the way somewhere. Perfect. So we're gonna open up our book, we're gonna check it out. I already love it. Oh, there's the goat, the sorting hat. What a beast. Oh, look at this dedication page. Always remember that you are braver than you believe. Strong. Oh, what the? I didn't finish. Okay. All right, we've got all sorts of good content in this lettering book. We got Gryffindor, we got all the houses. I cannot wait to try these different lettering styles. This brings me so much nostalgia. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, if you couldn't tell. Oh, Hedwig. Oh, Hedwig again. Why? Why'd they have to do that to her? All right. Things we will need. I got all those. Oh, except that. I kind of want to try that one day. Tablet, stylus. Ooh, that's called the stroke. The tittle. And, ooh, that's a good one. All right. This is kind of how you start your letters. We'll skip over that. Ooh, Birdie Bots. Have you guys tried those? Those are dangerous. Some are pretty nasty. Okay, so I guess our first style is called Muggle Mischief Alphabet. This looks very Harry Potter-y, if that's a word. So today I'm gonna practice. So I'm gonna do what they say at the bottom there. Start with just drawing the letter normally with the little serifs, which are those little like extra lines that stick out. So I'll start with A, B, C. Oh, C is easy. D and E. Then after doing the basic, I'm going to basically trace around each of the lines I drew to make it more of a block letter. This is how I teach anybody that's new to block lettering how to do it, so I like that they have this in the book. When I used to be a teacher, I would tell all my students this as well, and they were like blown away that they could do block lettering just by tracing around a normal letter. Something I think I'll need to work on with these letters is making sure the little serif things are skinny and then the other parts of the letter have a bigger thickness to it. You know, triple C thick. Makes it more interesting to look at. All right, I think I'm gonna start with my initials, R and H, for Rebecca Hatton. So start with the normal R. I'm gonna bring the little tail a little bit down below and curve around. And then for the H, it's pretty simple, spacing it out and then adding the little serifs and the line in the middle. Okay, now I'm going to trace around what I drew to make it a block letter. It's funny seeing your hands on video. Does anybody else think it's weird? At least my nails are painted nicely. All right, tracing the H now. I actually really like my initials. I feel like they're fun ones to draw. I know some people have boring initials. All right, now in the directions it says try writing like a spell or a magical creature. So I think I'm gonna do Firenze. Do you guys know Firenze? Trivia question. He is the centaur that helps Harry. And if you read the books, he actually teaches at Hogwarts, which is really cool. They don't have that in the movies. But yeah, it's kind of sad also because he's like super misunderstood. But yeah, I like in the books when like some of the girl students have a crush on him. Kind of weird, but that's fine. Okay, so again, I'm just doing the process. I kind of got the hang of the serifs now, so I'm going a little bit faster. But yeah, spelling out Firenze, Z, and then an E at the end. Serif fonts are interesting, I feel like, because sometimes they look kind of like Western cowboy-y whenever I do them. So yeah, you gotta kind of make sure you're doing a certain kind of loose style. I feel like this one, it's okay to make the serifs a little bit curved or like a little bit wonky because it makes it more Harry Pottery instead of Western. All right, my favorite letter, the R. Loop around. And don't forget to do that little middle part too. Otherwise, it won't be finished. E's are fun. You don't even have to pick up your pencil really. You just go up and down, up and down. I feel like my spacing's a little off because the R has the big tail, but that's okay. Anyone that knows me and I like lettering, I like art, but I always mess up the spacing. Like I run out of room a lot of time, so I gotta work on that. Planning it out a little before. All right, last E. Okay, now I think I'm going to try it without the letters to make it just the block letters. I mean, like without the normal writing under. So I'm kind of like half looking at the ones I just did, but also referencing back on the left side, making sure I'm doing the letters correctly and kind of seeing where the serifs go above the top line and the bottom line. All right, I'm gonna stop talking and speed this part up a bit. All right, lovely. Now we're gonna flip the page. Ooh, okay, so it says hand letter your name, but I don't really want to do my full name right now, so I'm looking over on the right side and it says stylizing your letter forms. And that kind of draws me in, so I'm gonna see which ones I like. I like the first one. I definitely like that red one. That's how I usually draw my kind of shadow block letters. And actually I like that coloring on that yellow one. It's kind of fun. So I think I'll write my initials again, just RH. This time I'm gonna go straight to the kind of stylized, like already block letters, since I've already practiced a couple times. There's the curly Q for the R, Trying to make some parts thinner, some parts thicker. Makes it look more like calligraphy or more dynamic. Then I got my H. It's a little wonky, but that's all right. Doesn't need to be perfect, especially with this kind of style of lettering. All right. Now I think I'm gonna do the kind of bottom left block letter shadowing. So you kind of just make lines that are the same angle and length, coming down any part that would be kind of coming down to the bottom left of the letter. And then you kind of finish each section. I've practiced this a ton, so I'm pretty fast at it, but if you're just starting out, definitely take your time and make sure like the letter looks correct when you're making those lines. The curved parts of the R are a little tricky, but the H is a lot easier. It's all straight, so you just bring that down. Then you do your little angled lines for the bottom. Same on the other side. Don't forget that little edge there. The bottom side, and then the middle. Oh, I just realized I made a mistake. I forgot the horizontal line under the H. So diagonal and then horizontal. Perfect. So now that I got my outline, I'm going to fix it up a little, and then we definitely need to like trace this with something because I don't want to go straight to the marker when there's pencil because sometimes it smudges and stuff. So I'm gonna find my favorite tracing pen, which is the Micron. I'll show you here. Sakura Micron Pigma. This is a 0.05 size. I like it. It's kind of a nice medium fine liner. So I'm gonna trace each line. Let's speed this up too. Okay, and I'm gonna take my eraser, get those shavings out, and now it's time to color. I've got the Tombow, what are they called? Tombow dual brush. Almost said tomboy. Tombow dual brush pens. Say that 5 times fast. And I got the Staedtler fine liners. So you can see I'm taking the pink only on the kind of left facing sides of the block letters. Then I'm going to take a darker kind of reddish pink to get all the ones that are kind of the bottom side of the letters, and that'll make it look even extra more 3D because there's those kind of shadows even on the block parts. Ooh, I love the way that R looks. Okay, then I'm going to take a little green to kind of finish out just like that letter up there, a few kind of horizontal shading lines. And there you have it. Our RH is complete. First kind of test done in our book. There's so many more to come. But first, let me show you a little close-up of our RH. I'm pretty happy with it. I love the way the pink and the red kind of give that extra dimension and how we combine those different styles. All right. See you next time. Better be Gryffindor. Or maybe Slytherin. Who knows?